Yo, what's going on, guys? Hey, we got the split screen up so you know what time it is. We are doing Wheel of Fragrance, and we have a special edition today. This is a Wheel of Fragrance first because we are doing Date Edition. Y'all already saw we did Job Edition in the advance, but I got my man Celly here, so I tailor-made this one, and we're going to get it cracking. This is going to be an excellent episode. Before I explain the rules of how we get down with this, Celly, introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, Simbo, thank you for having me, man. I've been so excited to do this with you. I'm happy to be doing this. My name is Celly Knows It All. You can check me out over on YouTube at Celly Knows It All. That is knows with an N, like Nose, it all.
Excellent. And Sally, tell the people how long you've been collecting fragrance, and then how long you've been on this YouTube thing.
Like collecting it seriously, like fragrance, buying fragrance after fragrance, probably like 4 or 5 years now. But before then, I always kept like, 104 fragrances always, because I always love to smell good and feel good, look good, that kind of thing. Especially like during high school years, and as you get older, you just learn more about, like presenting you how to present yourself and all of that stuff. And fragrance comes with that, if
Growing
you
up,
ask me.
right?
Yeah.
Now, I think we have a similar time frame because I always kept about 4 or 5 fragrances since high school. And then I didn't even know, bro. I did not know nothing. I didn't even know that I was wearing designer. I just heard names. I wear fragrances to get the girls or to get out the shower and have something. And then Fragcom opened up for me like 3, 4 years ago. And I was like, whoa, not only is this a thing, but like there's way more going on out there. So, we're in
Exactly.
the age of information, YouTube University, you just find stuff. So I've been going crazy ever since, too much actually. So it
Mm.
sounds like you caught the bug too.
Crazy bug to catch, but I love it though. It is a crazy
Excellent.
bug to catch.
Yeah, and for my audience, I'm sure people have heard of you, but if you haven't, Celly drops a lot of content. He does rankings, he does concept videos, he does occasions. He gets in his bag with it, and you can tell he really puts his mind to like the purposefulness of like not just the artistry of fragrance and just appreciating fragrance, but then like the application, what things are good for, how he rocks it. He's got his own little 1-2 about his fragrance journey, and that's always what I appreciate about different people is like I want to get the sense that you're in your own bag of discovery and you're just
Mm,
enjoying it like I am. So
exactly.
so y'all definitely check his channel out. As y'all know, he's going to go 5 rounds and I'll explain all that. We're going to put the fragrances in the description below, but I'll also have the convenient links to his YouTubes. Okay, let's get into the good stuff. So, Wheel of
Yeah.
Fragrance Date Edition. Selly
Mer-
is on the East Coast,
Yes,
so
sir.
colder weather. I know he's got his romantic bag, his elegant bag, his classy bag. Get the chest hair out bag. You know what I mean? So I wanted to make a date night edition, and I wanted to make it versatile for him. So we've got a mixture of. I took a lot of things into consideration, like time of day, morning, midday, night, occasions. This is all based around different places you would take your girl. So we're gonna spin the wheel. We're gonna try and go for 5 rounds. We'll see how it goes. I'll be clocking them, so we'll see how many rounds we go for. But we're gonna spin the wheel. It's gonna go on a date. I'll actually let me pull up the window here so y'all can see some of these. We got day spa, stargazing, mini golf. I tried to make it super versatile, from casual to super romantic and super serious. We'll land on it. We'll give Celly 30 seconds to grab a fragrance he's going to wear for that occasion. And, we'll put the usual nerdy stuff up with the Fragrantica and the pyramid to let y'all nerd out while we talk about these fragrances. So, without further ado, Celly, you got any questions for me?
I'm nervous, but let's get it.
You
Let's get
better
it.
be, bro. You going through the gauntlet right now. Nah, man, you'll see after round one. It'll be smooth as butter. You ready?
I think I'm ready. Let's do it.
Hey, there's no way to know until we go. So I've got the music pulled up. I got my timer ready. Let's spin that wheel. First round on Celly. Let's do this. Hey, your first date is gonna be Netflix and chill. So you jumping the gun. You know, this is what we call a jump off. So
No,
I'm gonna set it up for 30 seconds on the clock. What fragrance are you wearing when you sit down with your girl and you pop open that Netflix? 30 seconds on the clock. Go.
a Netflix and chill situation. Ugh. If it's Netflix and chill, like, well, if it's not my girl, for somebody I'm just, doing a Netflix and chill with, I'm probably gonna, we're gonna do something a little extra. If that's the first date, Netflix and chill. It's not the
Okay.
fucking. So I wanna wear something that I think is gonna like grab the person attention. Something that they probably haven't smelled on the norm, and I think I'm gonna go with Atomic Rose from Initio.
See, I knew I liked you for a reason, Celly. You a good man. You got your head on straight. Okay, talk to me, man. We got it pulled up.
Beautiful rose fragrance. It's not the most authentic rose fragrance, but it is my speed. It's very colorful. How I like to describe this, if you heard me describe it, it almost smells like a cartoon rose or like a graffiti rose, something like that. That's the vibe I get. Very colorful. Get the rose. I think it's bergamot here. I don't know the exact notes, but I know this is definitely a vibe right here, and this definitely fits that occasion.
Would you say it's would you say it's out of rose fragrances that you've tried, do you feel like it's heavy?
Yeah, I feel like it's very like what's the word for a jammy rose, if you will?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I mean, to read the notes off top, we got pink pepper, bergamot, mid, Bulgarian and Turkish rose and jasmine, and in the base we got Madagascar vanilla and amber. I've had experience with Atomic Rose, and I feel like out of the Neiman Marcus collection of roses, this was
Mm,
one of the most wearable.
yeah,
As a man, just feeling like you get in your intimate bag, but the fragrance isn't just so over the top, like it's inviting, it's alluring. There you go.
yeah, Lauren, yeah, exactly what it is.
Okay, so
Exactly.
you're gonna lure her in with the Bulgarian and Turkish rose, then, huh?
Hey, something she never smelled before. This is gonna do it. This is gonna do it
That's
every
a
time.
absolutely. Yeah, I love that fragrance. I got a travel spray of it, and it's
I think this is,
phenomenal.
this is my first Initio I ever bought was Atomic Rose.
Really, is do you feel like that one spoke to you the most?
Yeah, I think this it was out of this one and Absolute Aphrodisiac.
Mm.
Those are the ones that really like grabbed me.
Yeah, if you want to get in your date night bag, Initio is a good house to
Like,
explore because they
it is.
really get in that bag. Like
Yeah,
even like the Baraka joint and
yeah.
obviously the side effect. I love Must Therapy. I
Mhm.
just think that they went into their unisex bag and it's not as much like sexy seduction as much as it
Yeah,
is more like versatile floral, but they definitely like what I appreciate about Initio is they go all in.
yeah,
Like
they
they
do.
don't half step the vibe they're going for,
I
so
totally agree. Totally agree.
dope.
Great
Hey
house.
man, you made it through round one, dude. Come on, stop playing. You ready for this? You was made for it. Okay, so Netflix and chill fragrance is gonna be Initio Atomic Rose. Let's see what's in your bag for round two. And I'm gonna
Let's
spin that
get it.
wheel right now. Oh, this is hilarious. I can't wait to see what you pick for this. So Celly, I don't know what type of girls you're into, but this one's special because she says, Celly, we going to the zoo. So we going. So you in Philly, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so y'all going to the Philly Zoo, man. Where and you better step it up because you got all
All right,
kind of
so
animals
I got
around.
a perfect fragrance in mind, but it's not in front of me. I gotta go
Hey,
and
hey, go travel, man. Catch that flight.
right back, right back.
I'm excited to see what he's gonna pick, guys, because the zoo is challenging, man. The zoo is really challenging.
I got the perfect fragrance to bubble up now. All right. I
What
think
you
you
got for
going.
us?
I think you're gonna appreciate this pick. I think
Okay,
you.
okay,
I don't know if you smelled it, but once I explain it, you'll be able to appreciate it.
okay. What you got
From
for us?
from Roja Dove, a
Oh,
midsummer dream.
oh.
Now this is perfect for the zoo because it's it's this very like it gives like this enchanting forest kind of feel. It's very, very musky. It's not for everybody. But if you go into the zoo and you're around a lot of those animals smelling musky, this has like that. It just has that kind of vibe. It puts you in a vibe of like a fairy tale, like inside of a forest. There's gnomes probably. There's moss everywhere, high trees. It's just a fairy tale type of vibe, and that
That's
is
that Alice
exactly
in
what
Wonderland joint.
I listen one exactly. This is that all the way, man. This a midsummer dream. It's gonna blend perfectly with the animals, the smell of the zoo. So a midsummer dream, man. The midsummer
Dang,
dream.
bro. That one, I'm jealous because I've smelled a lot of Roja. I have not smelled that one.
You gotta smell this one. I
I
think you'll be able to appreciate this. It's not gonna be for everybody, but I think you would appreciate it for
Okay.
sure.
Hey man, I'm definitely a guy tapped in with the elements on a fragrance. I think fragrances I think when you mess with like real earthy centric fragrances, whether they're more fantasy or like super earthy core type joints, I think raw materials are all the difference because you can't cut corners with that stuff.
Hmm.
And so Roja's
This,
the perfect guy to make a fragrance like that because he's gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, this is right, man. It's artsy. It's not gonna be for everybody, but it is fine perfumery. Fine perfumery.
I'm jealous. Okay, so now I got some homework to pick that one up. For those of y'all who don't know, Roja sometimes got, the Rolodex of notes in here. We got top grapefruit, bergamot, heart, elemi, cardamom, moss, orange blossom, pink pepper, rose, patchouli, base, benzoin, vetiver, vanilla, orris, cedar, musk, carrot, pepper, cheeseburger,
Hmm.
and the whole nine. So
You
there's
really
a
smell
lot
those
in that.
carrot seeds too. You can really smell that carrot seed.
Okay. What is the accord in that? Like, what's it like?
It's almost like this vegetal smell, mossy, musky. It's hard to explain this one, man. It's very, very artsy. It's very, very artsy.
I love Oris. I think Oris
Yeah,
is one
yeah,
of the
you
most
get orange.
slept on
Definitely
notes
get the
too.
orange. Yeah, it's a lot going on, man. It's a lot. It is a lot.
Okay. All right, man. You gave me some homework. Okay, round two. You flying through that? We got Roja Dove's A Midsummer Dream. I always hear about that fragrance, but Roja's bag is so deep that
Mm-hmm.
it's like, where do you begin? There's so many different vibes in that house. So
For sure.
definitely, for those of y'all who are unfamiliar, check that out. And just Roja as a house is really just bringing it. When we talk about, I'm just going to caveat this for like 2 seconds. When we talk
Hmm.
about designer, niche, and inspiration and all that stuff in the clone conversation, it's houses like these that stick a flag in the ground for the niche conversation because when you experience the House of Roja, you see that there's levels to perfumery, not just in terms of niche to lower, but even in the niche realm, Roja stands out from a lot of even niche houses for what they bring to the table. But again, it just creates levels for you to
Yeah.
see how raw materials done in their highest extent can feel and how they can smell in the air and what a lot of stuff going together beautifully can look like. So,
I say that
this,
all the time, man. It's
yeah.
definitely levels. I tell my friends, my friends about clones and stuff. I be telling like, man, it's levels, bro. It's levels. And they just some people can't grasp that, but they'll just have to like when it's people like that, I just say, well, they'll learn on their own eventually throughout their journey that it is levels, that it truly is a difference between just because something is cloning something, it's truly a difference. It
Yeah,
really is a difference.
it is something that you have to experience.
Hmm.
We can talk about it all day long, but until you're wearing a fragrance that is transportive, that ignites something new in you, or
Hmm.
complements a space so perfectly you didn't even know that could be like your side, your road dog on a mission or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
fragrance just really can do crazy stuff, and going through Roja, their fragrances are so transportive. They really kind of ignite the senses. I'll put it that way.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was round two. You hitting us with heavy hitters. I think you're catching on to the flow of the show. So let's hit you with round three, man. You ready?
Let's do it.
All right. You coming out the gate with Roja? Come on, man. Look at you.
Mhm.
Okay, third round is gonna be hotel brunch. Hotel brunch. You got 30 on the clock, Celly.
Hotel brunch. Okay.
You got something already?
Ah, I got. I'm thinking if this is gonna be that one that I'm gonna
You got
choose. I'm
15
looking at
seconds, man. Take your time.
hotel brunch. When I think of hotel brunch, what am I thinking? All right. So for hotel brunch, I'm guessing it's going. Maybe some people around. It's early in the morning, probably. Uh, I know you probably want something that's going to be easygoing and soft, charming, maybe a little powdery. This is what came to my mind from the house of Ormande Jayne. We have Tolu.
Oh
This
man.
is soft. It's soft. It's clean. It's very very charming. It's powdery. You get this beautiful balsamic feel. It's like this orange, ambery, powdery kind of vibe to it. The Tolu balsam in here is so magnificent, man. When I first smelled this fragrance, I absolutely fell in love with it. You can see the dent I put in this. I absolutely love this fragrance. It is
Mm-mm.
viewed like a balsamic fragrance or something that's like kind of ambery and powdery. This is something that is definitely worth checking out. Definitely. This is one of my holy grails when it comes to something, kind of powdery and balsamic. I absolutely love this fragrance, Simple. I love it. And I
Where does
think
it
that
sit
fits
for
the
you
vibe.
in the Ormond Jane house?
This is up there for me. This is like top three. I'll say it's top three for me.
Mm, dang. You know, Ormond Jane, not DNA wise, but in terms of how a fragrance can feel on skin, they have some resemblance to me to Ex Nihilo, where the fragrance like dances on skin in a very intimate style scent bubble. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like it in its if you get in the range of it, it really starts speaking. It's just
yeah.
but yeah. And I'm surprised cuz a lot of people, I think a lot of people don't mention Tolu enough, I would say.
It's amazing.
Um
What
yeah,
what
man.
have you smelled it? What you think about it? Have you smelled this one?
I haven't put my nose to Tolu yet.
Okay.
I've smelled the usual suspects because when people talk about him, they talk about the Tabak and the
Yeah.
Taif and I got my eyes on the new Vetiver joint that I think dropped a couple days ago. But I've heard
Yeah,
Tolu a lot.
yeah,
Um,
totally. It's good, man.
does it come in
It,
the
it,
Discovery set?
I think it does actually. It does. I do have the Discovery set, and I think Tolu is in. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is in there. I think it
Okay.
is.
Um,
But yeah, man, this give like the vibe it gives. It came out in like 2000, so it kind of has like a classic feel to it, like not like out of date, but it just gives you like classic perfumery kind of vibe to it.
mm-hmm.
If you smelled it, you would know exactly where I'm going with that.
No, I know what you mean. I'm just like thinking about it out loud because, like, let me say it like this: with some fragrances feel old school, right?
Mhm.
Some fragrances feel classic, and those are two different meanings for me. And then some fragrances just speak to you in a way where it takes you somewhere. You don't know where it is, but because it takes you somewhere, it feels like it's got some age to it. Like it can be
Mhm.
aged. So I was just thinking in my head, like even in that wheel space, like there's different vibes even within that trying to I think for somebody listening out there a lot of times when they feel like something is aged or old school or classy they think old and there's
Yeah,
a lot of nuance to that conversation where you could still have something aged but timeless,
exactly. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying,
I
or
think that's
modern
great.
even.
It has like a timeless vibe to it. That's
Okay,
that's timeless vibe.
listen to this note breakdown: orange blossom, juniper, clary sage top, middle notes orchid, rose, lily of the valley, base Tolu balsam, amber, tonka,
Mhm.
olibanum.
You get a lot of that Tolu Balsam and Tonka, that orange, that ambery feel to it. It's beautiful, man. The Tonka is what give it that powdery tone. It is beautiful, bro. It's beautiful.
Ormond
Absolutely.
Jane is the truth, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They're it's a finesse house. There's so much
Mm-hmm.
finesse to the
Yep.
perfumery. Like it it doesn't just speak immediately. Like it has the prestige. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's a type of luxury and prestige feel in fragrance, but in terms of like the investigating, like the nose journey that you go on when you encounter somebody wearing something like this, it speaks over time. It's alluring, it grows on you and it speaks to you. And that's where the levels change for fragrances when judging a fragrance from another is like, what does it do after you interact with it? You know what I'm
That's true.
saying? So,
All about experience. Yep.
yeah, Ormond Jayne is a vibe, bro.
It is
Okay.
fine.
Tolu, man, you look at you, bro.
Yo, you gotta smell this, man. You have to. You have
Oh,
to.
I wrote it down.
Are you married?
Yeah, yeah.
Your wife, I know she would love this one. I know it. I know it. We'll find out that.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, man, I've been with my wife. I've been with my wife 15 years, bro.
Okay, okay. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
man. I've been with my
Congratulations.
wife for a hot minute, bro.
In today's climate, that is a lifetime. 15 years.
It is, man. We've been married 10. We've been together for 15. I never would have imagined I met my wife as early as I did, but yeah, bro. My
So,
wife is picky too, but I was telling people, a lot of women either prefer like loudness of any kind or they prefer very natural angelic, and this feels like a more angelic take, like a
yeah,
softer touch with a rich
yeah.
voice type of vibe.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna listen to you, bro. I'm gonna listen to you. All right, was that round 3?
That was
That
two,
was
I think.
no, that was round 3 because we had
Oh
zoo,
yeah, it is. That
brunch.
was round three. You're right. We had Midsummer Dream, Atomic, Tolu. Yep.
Okay, round 4 then. Round
Yes, sir.
4. I'm gonna cue you up, man. Heavy hitters. Hey, listen, for all y'all out there, take notes, man, because he's skating right now with the levels. Okay, so
All right.
round 4 is gonna be. Hey, Celly, if you don't have a fragrance for this, man, it puts things into question, in our friendship. So this is wine tasting, bro. So you with your girl, you go into a wine tasting, and we ain't gonna go to the East Coast. We need to go to Cali. We need to go to Northern Cali. And we go into the vineyards. You swimming with the dolphins and stuff like that, and then you're gonna go have a wine tasting. You got 30 seconds on the clock.
Wine tasting. Jesus. Okay. Okay, so wine tasting, I get like it's a sophisticated vibe, maybe.
I don't care
What
what you
can
do,
I do?
daytime or nighttime. You tasting wine.
Mm, if I'm going wine tasting,
You got 10 seconds.
okay, okay, let's go. I think I got something for wine tasting. I'm kind of feeling this vibe right here. It's a beautiful rose fragrance from the house of Amouage. This is Lyric Man. A
Mmm.
very, very like natural smelling rose. It, to me, almost comes off like just like rose water. It smells very, very heavenly to me. It got this lime, this rose in it, and it really gives like this soft, airy, light, breezy type of rose feel to it. And I think like for wine tasting, this just sets has that kind of vibe to it and flair to it. Like you're tasting wine, you're eating cheese and crackers and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this will be a great way to go
Okay.
for sure.
Now, let me ask you this for people out there, because I have experience. I feel like Amouage and Xerjoff are challenging in that what climate you're in, what age you're at, and the things you do as a man all come into play on what fragrance speaks to you in your season of life type of thing. So the one thing I wanted to ask you was, can you wear Lyric Man during the day or is it nighttime only?
It gives I say this is perfect, like it gives a perfect daytime vibe because it has a feel of like all white parties or like all white linen wear. Like it just gives this very cleanly um heavenly type of feel to it, if you know what I'm saying. I mean, you can wear it at night if you want, but this is perfect for like
Okay,
daytime for
so it
sure.
isn't it isn't a weighty fragrance. Like it
Mhm.
wears soft.
It wears soft. It smells refreshing. It just smells breezy, airy, refreshing. The rose in here is absolutely beautiful, I'm telling you. And then that lime just gives it a freshness that really takes it to another level in my opinion.
Okay. Hey, listen, I'm loving this pyramid, and again, guys, for those of y'all who don't know out there, Fragrantica, it's really hit or miss. You can't always just go by Fragrantica, but right now I'm enjoying what Fragrantica is doing. Some guy did like a whole breakdown of like they're either completely right, completely wrong, half right, half wrong, lied
Yeah.
about the notes, don't have those. It's like it's true, man. It really
Yeah.
is. You don't know. It's like going to the swap meet. You do not know what you're gonna get on Fragrantica. However, for the purposes of this video, top notes we have lime, bergamot, rose. I wish they said what rose is in it.
Mm.
Angelica, ginger, orange blossom, saffron, nutmeg, galbanum, base, musk, incense, pine tree, sandalwood, vanilla. My gosh. Okay. All right. I see what you're putting down. I have put my nose to Lyric, man, but it's been about 6 months. I might have to spin the block on that. Have you tried Lyric Woman?
Lyric Woman, I
Is
have
is
not.
that the fragrance that people say to try in the woman's?
I think you think he's thinking of Guidance. The one that they say smell like the woman's, private area.
No, no, no. There's a that reminds me of that. That reminds me of that Tatlib Derange seminal excretions. You heard of that joint?
I haven't heard of that one.
There's this Paris brand, a Tatlib Derange, that has a fragrance that has, it's called something secretions, and it's supposed to mimic like fluids in sex.
That's what they say that the Guidance smells like. I mean, I always wanted to smell it after hearing that.
Yeah, I mean you have to, right? It's art.
Right.
No, but there's a fragrance in Amouage where they say the woman's version is better. And I don't know if it's
Oh, for
Lyric
me,
Man or
for me is uh Amouage, dang, Overture. That's for a lot of
Overture
Overture
Woman.
Woman
Yeah.
is better than Overture Man. I think Jubilation Woman is better than Jubilation Man.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
But I
Hey
do
man,
agree with Overture Woman is better than Overture Man. Though I do agree with that sentiment.
it's just more sophisticated or just a better scent?
I think it's just a better scent. It's not as harsh as Overture Man could come off because Overture Man is like very kind of in your face, boozy kind of vibe to it. You
Mm.
got to really be like in a vibe for that. I guess is the
Yeah.
right way to say it.
Okay. Hey man, Amouage is
Beautiful house.
beautiful house, and they take a more artful approach to perfumery, and because of that it's like when they really strike gold they really got something special that can't be
That's true.
duplicated. So that's the
Mm.
risk you take. A lot of houses have budgets, and the people that make the budgets aren't the perfumers, and the perfumers have these guys have a certain allocation of budget and raw materials and direction of the brand, and so you never know all the things that go into how a fragrance comes out in the end. But I definitely get the sense from Amouage that they have creative license with the
They can make
perfumers
that
that,
work.
you know what I'm saying? And that's important because you have to push the envelope, man. I mean, I know you guys see it at the designer level. I mean, even in the niche level, when it comes to things like, vanilla and cinnamon and nuts and
Mm.
citruses on woods. And I mean, there's just so many kind of goated combos that just get played after played after played. You need creative houses to take the risks no one's willing to take. Yeah, they strike. Maybe they might take a little bit to get to some bangers, but when they do, it opens the floodgates for creativity and people just having an open mind. Like one thing you'll notice in your fragrance journey is just that stuff you used to hate, you now love or want to understand more. So that's a big part of the journey as well too, because your
Sure.
nose changes, and as you get informed, you get to have the experience you're missing if you're uninformed, and that could open a part of your personality you didn't even think you had.
Yeah.
So
There's so many fragrances I maybe didn't care for, but now I go back and I can't find what I hated in them. I absolutely love it. That happens a lot.
yeah, and it happens fast too. I mean, when you
Fast,
really when you
fast,
smell a
maybe a
lot of
week.
fragrance, you're like, didn't I just hate this last week? Like, what the heck?
Exactly. Yep.
That's a fact. Okay,
Mhm.
so this was Lyric Man, and the occasion was for the wine tasting. And man, that bottle looked like some wine, dude. My goodness,
Perfect pick, huh? It do
perfect
look like
pick.
a
That's
thing
a
while I'm
sexy bottle. That's one of the sexiest bottles I've seen, man. My
beautiful, man.
goodness.
Kind of like a maroon red, I guess. I don't, I'm not, you know, I don't know the word for it, but yeah, looks kind of maroon to me.
Hey, it looked like blood. Looked
That's
like
a,
Dracula's fragrance. That
that's a
joint
good
is
one.
fire. Okay,
Mhm.
guys, we're on round 5, so this is what we're gonna do for the last round. I'm gonna reset the clock. Celly, you hitting us with some bangers for sure. I'm gonna
Let's
hide that
do it.
selection, and I put 25 in here, man, because I wanted you to have a bunch of different options, and so
Yeah,
you can see why we're having a good time with this. So let's see
right.
what we can get for round 5. And I
Let's do
also
it.
did 25 because this ain't gonna be your last concert. We're gonna do this again.
Yes, sir. Sure will.
What a way to end the night. Round 5, Celly, you and your girl are going out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's cold. You in Philly. I don't know where you are, but hopefully you in a safe place. And y'all are gonna go watch the stars, man. Stargazing.
Stargazing.
30 on the clock. Y'all stargazing. What you got for us?
Got the perfect fragrance, but I gotta go and get it.
I'm gonna play the music. You go ahead.
We back into the man. I'm hitting the park. So I'm gonna say something. Oh, hitting these out the park. This about to be a grand slam, Saint Logan.
Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all are out watching the stars, man. And I know, you know, this is like when you saying goodnight to your girl.
Yeah.
You seeing the girl, you into her, man. You just need, I don't know what it is, but even if it ain't stargazing, it might be you walking her to the door. It might be y'all went out to Dave and Buster's and y'all just chilling in the parking lot for half a second extra. This is that dead space where you really trying to see where you could take things. So
Yep.
stargazing is where you need to have some game on you. And what fragrance is gonna help you do that?
Perfect for this vibe for stargazing and chilling. I think I'm gonna go with From the House of Xerjoff, Apollonia. Now I find this to be perfect because when they were designing this, they were going for the moon's atmosphere, and it really put you in that vibe. It has this cooling, musky feel to it, and when you wear it, you really like it. Really puts like it really smells like the moon's atmosphere, even though we don't know what that smells. But
You know
when you
what it
smell
smells like.
right, when you smell it, it's like, yo, that they really captured that whole like outer space atmosphere and on the moon, it really does give that vibe. It's musky, it has like great gray smells to it, like a like a gray musky kind of smell. You got iris in here. I believe it's iris, musk. It might be some other stuff, but I believe it's a simple note breakdown
It
and
is
it
white floral, orris, white musk.
exactly.
Oh
That
man.
it smells how the bottle looks, honestly. That's
Is it
exactly
is
how.
it light though? Like, does it project?
It it's not the like the loudest surge off. I would say it's an intimate kind of scent bubble gonna put around you.
It
But I think that's
whispers.
all you, yeah, I think that's all you need for, right next to your girl and you're stargazing, maybe she's cuddling on you. I think this is perfect. It's not doing too much. You're gonna smell clean, musky. It's just gonna be perfect. It's gonna be perfect.
As simple as that note breakdown looks, I'm such a fan of orris and white florals and musk, obviously. But when you put orris and stuff, bro,
Oh my God, I
oh
love
my
that's my
gosh.
my favorite. Oris.
And it's
It's
crazy. There's fragrances. I've never really spoke about this a lot, but there's something to be said about a fragrance that is so soft, she almost thinks you naturally smell like that.
like that, yeah.
Like
Mm.
God, like his skin smell good.
That is the vibe that Oris puts me in. Like when you like this, let's just a little side note. For what Oris gives me that vibe is Food Secret, man. It smells
Mm.
it doesn't smell like a cologne or perfume. It just smells so natural. I'm telling you, man. This, and I'm kind of upset because they discontinued this fragrance. I'm kind of upset because I only have a corner of it left, and this is
Oh
my whole
man.
Orris fruit. This is an amazing Orris fragrance, and this layers with almost anything you want to add. Or
Of
this,
course,
this,
man. It's got the most blendable notes. Like, think about this too with the other fragrance. You can put anything with musk. You can go any direction
Mhm.
with orris. You can go any
Another
direction
one
with
too.
white florals. My
Mhm.
gosh.
Yep, this
Yo,
layers with a lot.
it cannot be overstated the power of a fragrance that almost becomes you. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just she don't even know if you're wearing a fragrance. It just she like
Yep,
see now she want to smell what your house smell like, right?
exactly.
She want to know what your bed, your pillow
Yep,
smell like. You
yep.
know what I'm saying? It's that type of listen, man. People talk about projection and sillage and all that stuff, but man, where are you? What are you doing? What's the narrative? What are you trying to accomplish?
Yep.
If you are always thinking about performance, you would never smell a fragrance like this
Mhm.
ever, and you could just be missing out. You wondering why girls ain't talking to you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like there is a such thing as like just because a fragrance smells good doesn't mean it fits the vibe
Or fits you.
or fits
Hmm.
you. It don't even match your fragrance. Don't even match your voice. You sound like Mickey Mouse. You know what I'm saying? You wearing Dior Sauvage Elixir. It ain't gonna work. You look like you 3 feet tall, screaming, "Yeah, I want to take you out to lunch. Yeah, you smell good." Like, no, guys. Fragrances are so much. It is not one size fits all, man. And you really gotta, You know what fragrances do? They teach you about yourself. You smell a fragrance, and then it speaks to you, and you get to think about it, and then you get to wear it, and you get to see how people react to you, and then you get to do some self inventory check, and that dance takes a while. And you got to do that with the fragrances, man. That's why I always tell y'all, like, put your fragrances on, man. I don't care if you don't think you got the best fragrance on, wear your fragrance. One thing I love about young content creators in YouTube, and I ain't gonna make love to the track all night, but one thing I love about the young kids is they wear their fragrances.
Yep.
They'll take a Versace Eros, and they know how what kind of vibe it's like in the locker room, outside, tying their shoes, sitting in their mom's car. And like
So
sometimes we learn all this stuff about fragrance and we start predicting where we think it best fits. It's like, nah, bro, there's got to be some field study to your game. And when you start studying it like that, now you have room for a conversation with a fragrance like this, where it's like, nah, when you're in a very close knit quarter, you got to have a soft scent bubble. You got to
yep.
have something that is so inoffensive, it's almost natural. It don't even smell like a fragrance. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different type of talk, because your fragrance does talk for you. And how
It
you
does.
want it to speak should not only match you, but it should also complement and elevate a space.
Totally agree.
I'm preaching right now, Celly.
It's
I
okay.
listen.
It's
I
okay.
wasn't doing the 5 rounds, so now I had to let the floodgates open and contribute. But no, I just think there's so much to fragrance, man. That's why I never try to. Even the stuff I say today could change tomorrow. That's how fragrances be, man. It be talking to you and change. And then even how I talk with people I know who wear fragrance, where I respect their nose, there'd be a lot of times I'd be talking to them. I don't feel the way they feel, but then I get an experience. It might spark a thought. And now it's like, yo, you know what? Let me
Right.
spin the block on this idea because I wasn't understanding the purpose and all that. And I'm changing. So anyway, that's the great part about fragrance, bro. The community, the conversation, the learning. It's not about how much you know and what house you support and what your collection looks like. Like, do you wear fragrances? Do you love this stuff, man?
Mm.
Anyway, that was a heavy hitter. I'm glad you spoke on that because I seen the review you did on that fragrance. And I was like, man, I want to know what's in it. And I didn't look it up. So now I had an excuse to see it had orris in it. Orris is, I believe, the base of the iris plant, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
And it has a much different feel. It's almost like a textural component in a way. It's got sometimes it can come off like soapy or clean or like just angelic, heavenly. It's in a
Right.
lot of
That
my
that
favorite.
type of textures to it. That type.
Yeah,
Mm. This
get
is
your nose
another
in
great
some
Orris
auras.
one. Other great auras one.
What's that one? 40?
For yeah, Reflection 45.
Yeah. Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful,
Dang.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Hey, listen, Celly, we just got through the gauntlet. You made it through 5 rounds. How you feeling, man? I told you it was easy, man.
Feel like I could go another 5 rounds.
Hey, I have 25 on here for a reason. We're gonna come back for part two, unless you want to do a different wheel. You know, they're all fun. Um,
It's whatever you in the vibe for.
Okay, I'm gonna surprise you next time. You ain't even gonna know which wheel we doing. For
Okay.
those of y'all who don't know, again, Celly knows it all. I'll put all his contacts. Y'all can follow him on YouTube, and we'll put his 5 selections for these rounds. So if you're interested, definitely explore all these fragrances. Some heavy hitters, some that I'm sure you've heard of, but others that I'm certain you haven't. So definitely check the description below, and we do this all the time. I like to get people from the community to come in. I made this game show because I feel like 2 things. One, the entertainment value in fragrance is often not there. It becomes
Mm-hmm.
like a scroll of information. And I want to bring some fun to the conversation because fragrances do a lot for us, and we don't always get that view of it. Just becomes about smells and accords, and what does that even mean? So, and then what'd you say?
No, I was just adding to what you said. I said, and what gets the most compliment.
Yeah, yeah, facts. And another thing is just that this game show I notice gives people a window into the person that the people behind the fragrances, because we could have the same fragrance, but the way we use it is completely different, and it
Completely
also
different.
is a different type of expression of us as people. So I feel like these game shows get people on their feet and start talking about more interesting things in the use case, not just the accords and the vibe and stuff. And then they learn a little bit about themselves as well because they're talking about it in a different light in like a game show context. But then the audience is learning more about the content creator and what they jive with and how their mind works. And that all just elevates the game. So,
I think
um,
it's a dope concept. I really like it. I
I
really do.
appreciate that, man. I appreciate. And again, feedback, guys. If y'all have anything, questions, comments, y'all have any ones that you would have picked in certain situations in there, definitely put that in the comment section below. Again, I'll tag and list everything for y'all. Celly, you want to shout out your socials or anything?
On Instagram, you can follow me at Celly Tyree. That's CellyTyree, and YouTube Celly knows it all.
Hey, and y'all know how to find me. Y'all see my stuff in the description. This is the Scent Bubble and Celly. We appreciate y'all for jumping in. And until next time, man, y'all be blessed. Peace.
Peace.